We needed a name. I like wordplay. So we started with this word that I thought described our company, which was foudroyant. And it's a French cognate. It means dazzlingly brilliant. So if you rearrange the letters of foudroyant, you get the name Oat Foundry, which only years later I heard was like a brilliant way to trademark something because it's completely made up, completely from scratch. I think a couple different reasons why it's successful. One is that it's not a TV. It's very understandable for customers, even for kids who don't have the same transit background where they're thinking of like, this is something I saw in an old train station. They still are mesmerized by the motion and the sound. As far as communicating information, it's simple. When I wake up in the morning, my phone is my alarm clock, and then I use the Peloton and I'm looking at screens all day, whether it's a billboard driving to work or even just on Zoom calls all day. And so when I finally see something that's not that, I feel like it's escaping some of the blue light fatigue that we seem to see. This thing is just meant to be beautiful and convey information in a way that's understandable. There's no hidden gimmicks or tricks, and I think that's something that really resonates with our customers also. Some of the most iconic places, we have the split flaps in offices. We have them in a number of hotels, like the Moxie and the Ritz-Carlton, even here in Philadelphia. We have them on corporate campuses, like for Amazon Music, for Netflix, for Google, for American Airlines, and a number of cool bars and restaurants too. One of my favorites is here in Philadelphia. Pod has one in West Philly, or we have one in Southern California, in a place called Nolita Hall that shows real-time flight tracker information. A personal dream for me, and I know for our team, is to bring a large split flap back to 30th Street Station. Back when the original sign was removed, it went up to the Railroad Museum, and it's become quite a display piece. Even though they look the same from the outside of a black and white board, the internals are much, much different. Ours are using much more modern manufacturing methods and technologies. We've heard the outcries of Philadelphians who want it in that space. So I think we need to work together to find a way to put a big split flap back in 30th Street Station. It's iconic to the city of Philadelphia. We have our new mayor, our 100th mayor. This would be a really cool way for Cheryl Parker to show that she believes in the heart of Philadelphia too. Philadelphia is certainly personally important to me because I grew up here. And then I went to school at Drexel, and I live here, and I'm building a life here. Philadelphia is really, it was the original startup experiment. We're coming up on 250 years. So we have this ecosystem of support for fledgling businesses, and now Oat Foundry has moved through that stage, and we've just become a local business. A large chunk of our supply chain is within 75 miles of Philadelphia. Our stock flaps are printed by a company in Westchester, Pennsylvania called New Art. General Metals does all of our sheet metal production. They're in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. We've been able to grow our business over the years with both of those companies. You hear criticisms all the time for Philadelphia for a number of different reasons, but really Philly doesn't have any different problems than any other major metropolitan city. It's a big city, but it also has a little bit of a small town feel. For Oat Foundry to be in Philadelphia, we're ideally located on the eastern seaboard. We have a pretty good deal with our building, being able to rent this space, being able to pay better than livable wages for our staff, be able to afford to grow basically here that I don't know that we'd be able to afford to do in a place like Brooklyn, or a place like Los Angeles.